game is really interesting. Game is a very interesting thing in that you do need to, in order to succeed at it, you do need to show interest in the girl and you do need to move things forward. That has to happen, right? If you just have a platonic conversation and never mention sex, even if you're a super high value guy, you'll end up as the super high value friend she doesn't know she can have, or it doesn't ever go that way. I know this because growing up for all my years until I learned game, I was the high value kid in school. I was like the sports star, I was academic standout, I got all kinds of awards, and I would even get girls getting crushes on me from afar. But then when I would actually interact with them, because the interactions were boring, platonic, didn't go anywhere, I was a virgin, right? And so in game, you do need to escalate, right? That's a necessary thing. On the other hand, if you seem to have an agenda, if you seem pushy, if you seem needy, any of those kind of things, you lose value, right? And so that's like the huge paradox of game, is this idea that you do want to escalate and make it man to woman and move it forward, but you have to do it in such a way that it's not any of those things, not needy, not try hard, not losing value, right? And talked a little bit about walking away and stuff like that. The tool of walking away or being willing to walk away is a very, very powerful tool, showing a willingness to walk away, right? When you're taking a girl home, if you say, you can come with me, but I'm gonna have to kick you out at some point, that willingness to end it is useful. Or let's say you're at the end of the night taking a girl in a taxi or something like that, or Ubers these days more often, but and you're like, yeah, look, you can come check it out. If you want to go, you can leave, right? Or if the girl's hesitating, be like, listen, if you want, I can just get you your own Uber home. It's fine. And she's like, no, I'll stay with you, and she makes that commitment. So that willingness to walk away is very, very powerful. Also, as a flirting technique, willingness to walk away early on, right? Showing dismissal. One line I'll do sometimes, it's a silly one, and it's on a silly reason, but for example, I ask a girl if she's ever been to a particular city that's like a major city or whatever, and she says no, I'll be like, oh, it was nice knowing you, take care. I can't deal with you anymore, right? And it's a silly thing to walk away on, and I don't really mean it, I'm joking, I'm gonna come back. But the fact that I am actually doing that, I actually do physically walk away. She's like, he's kidding. Oh, wait, maybe he's not kidding. And that moment when she gets that feeling in the pit of his stomach, or her stomach of maybe I lost him, that's actually very, very valuable for the interaction. So that willingness to walk away is absolutely powerful. And it's absolutely a good thing to have, right? And we're talking about sexual tension, both in the club and on dates. That willingness to walk away, that willingness to dismiss, does create that tension. People value what they have to work for, not what they know they have. And put it another way, she can't chase you if you're too busy chasing her. You can't chase what's running at you, right? So having that gap of validation, or having that disqualifier, that push away, is very, very useful overall. And you need to have some of that, right? As you go deeper in game though, like on a date, that can be harder, right? Because at the start, you say, yeah, you and I would not get along. Right? It's a little hard to say you and I would not get along when you've been on a date with a girl for 2 hours and you clearly like each other and you've already made out. Like, we don't like each other. Oh, really? You were just like making out with me a second ago. You don't like me? Sounds kind of like bullshit, right? And so for that, there's a progression, which is at first it's, I don't know if I like you. I don't know if we get along. And then the next part of the progression is you're winning me over, but I'm not won over yet. Right? And then finally, it's, I do like you. I admit I like you, right? Imagine you're in a relationship for 6 months. You can't not admit you like your girlfriend, right? I do like you, but I have my restrictions. I like you, but I'm not ready to meet your parents. I like you, but we're not rushing into marriage. I like you, but it's an open relationship. I like you, but, right? And so there's always some tension maintained, right? And at first the tension is, do we even like each other? Later on the tension is, are you gonna impress me and win me over beyond someone I just like a little bit? And then eventually it's, are we really right for each other? And eventually it's, you're building a story with the girl, and is the story of us a special story that we want to make the story of our lives, right? And so it gets deeper and deeper and deeper, but there's always that tension. The other thing to keep in mind with the tension is it's absolutely okay to be very, very into the girl as long as she's even more into you. So if the girl's 10 out of 10 into you, you can absolutely be 8.5 out of 10 into her. And that's completely fine. She's still the one chasing you more, right? And this is where we get into relationships, right? You're in like a 2-year, 6-year, 10-year relationship with a girl, something like that. You can't act like you don't like the girl you have kids with, right? That would be fucking weird. But she can still be the one who likes you more, needs you more, is more attached, even though you are very attached and committed, et cetera, right? And as long as that dynamic is established, there's still that tension in your favor, right? And so that tension is very, very important.